It's easy to lose yourself in the shuffle of life. Let's welcome back Brett Groller, certified coach of Brett Groller Coaching, who's here to share how to take care of ourselves physically, spiritually, mentally, and more. Great to have you back.
Thank you for having me back.
So you were telling me before we got started that there's this 10-10 rule. What is this?
So when I left corporate, I'd recently gone to a retirement party, and I walked in and kind of got that look of like, who are you? And
in a good way.
In a good way, yeah, in a good way. And I was explaining is that my new rule is 10 and 10, where when you leave corporate, you're going to look 10 years younger, and you're going to lose 10 pounds. And like I was saying earlier as well, is that make sure you take a selfie the first day when you're done working. Whether you're retiring or whether you're doing something different, you're going to be amazed at what you see in 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. It's awesome.
And people think that it's going to be the opposite, because if you keep busy and you're always on the move, that keeps you in shape, but that's not at all how it works.
No, especially with self-care, right? Stress is a killer, and if you're not, like it states, is if you're not taking care of yourself, you're going to have problems down the road.
Certainly. And taking care of yourself, it's eating well, it's getting enough rest. So how do we implement those things before we retire, before we have that retirement party? What do we need to do now, today, to be healthy?
First things first is create a plan that's for you, right? Find an accountability partner, which we talked about before, is hard for people, right? That's where, as a coach, I come into play is, what are you going to work on? What are some of the things that you want to do in the coming weeks? Do you want to read more? Do you want to exercise more? Is that you want to go out, and you say you're going to go out to lunch? Well, if you're going to take an hour, maybe you take lunch for 30 minutes, but go walk for 30 minutes. Yeah. Sunshine does amazing things across the board.
I always feel better after I've sat in some vitamin D, absolutely. But you say that taking care of yourself is extremely important physically, which then manifests itself into emotional and mental wellness as well. So how is it that we just get so caught up in keeping up with these crazy schedules and just getting on that hamster wheel and going round and round and round and not finding a way off?
I work with clients on time blocking on their calendar. We put appointments up for everything we do, and a lot of people are run by their calendar. If you don't put it on your calendar, how are you going to do it? So if you're going to leave early from work, or put that in your calendar, 4:30, right? The reminder comes up. Now, if you keep snoozing it, that's a whole nother discussion.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Right, but if it's something that you want to go take a walk, or I'm working with a lot of clients right now about what do you do on your ride home? And I'm finding out a lot of people, they either listen to music or they ride home in silence. That might be your 20 or 30 minutes that you have to yourself before you get home that could be a lot of help from a self-care perspective.
And there's such simple ways of caring for yourself. For more information, people want to get a hold of you, where do they go?
Find me on LinkedIn. I have two spots. One is Brett Groller Coaching, and then obviously if you just went ahead and put in Brett Groller, you can find me.
Perfect. Great advice as always. Good
Awesome.
to see you again, Coach Brett.
Thank you so much.
We're back after this.